Welcome, everybody, to the That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show where we talk about everything going on in the nerdy world. I am not CJ Mellon, obviously. I am Brian Thornton. I am joined by Joshua Burns and a very sick CJ Mellon.
What up?
This is as good as my voice is going to get for the entire night.
Everyone enjoy CJ's gravelly voice.
I have a cough drop. I've had a cup of tea, and I will try to talk for...
Do you have a lozenge? Do you have a lozenge?
I do. I have a lozenge.
In solidarity to CJ, I'll moderate the entire podcast like this.
I'd like to invite you to visit intro to thatkindofnerd.com.
I want to be my best Billy Bob Thornton all day.
As CJ would say, and I would always disagree, please go visit intro.thatkindofnerd.com. Learn some stuff about us and our likes and dislikes, and more importantly, listen to episode 182.
Oh, I was going to suggest you do episode 112.
112?
What's 112?
Mm-hmm.
112 was a R&B band in the late 90s.
If that persists, you'll need a doctor.
CJ needs a doctor right now.
I do. Hence why I picked it.
Is anybody a doctor in this house? No. Okay. So, let's start off the show with, since I'm moderating, we'll start off with my favorite topic, which is where we talk about the world of comics and the movies and the way it's affecting the world, and more importantly, the way it's affecting me. Time for Cape Talk. Take it away, me. Cape Talk. So our first story, actually recent news that just dropped today. Disney has reinstated director James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Filed under topics that surprised no one ever.
They went, oh, no one wants to direct? Nobody? Nobody wants to take this project?
You know what we did? Maybe hastily, we fired a guy. You think we should maybe call him back? He kind of did a couple good things. Maybe he'll do a third good thing.
Someone saw the trailer for Brightburn and was like, oh, he is a good director. We should probably get him back.
Nobody, and here's the thing, like Laura, not 30 minutes ago was like, hey, you guys are going to address the James Gunn thing, right? And I went, wait, what James Gunn thing? She's like, well, they hired him back. And I'm like, well, no shit. Well, who are they going to get?
Yeah.
It wasn't serious. Basically, the entire cast started a mutiny when he got canned.
Dave Bautista was like, if you're not going to have James Gunn, can we figure out a way to get me out of my contract? Because I really don't want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, this cast is like, you know what?
I just think he was the most vocal one. I wouldn't be surprised if
the entire cast
like
for sure
Yeah.
was behind him.
The thing I'll say about the big controversy was this. Gunn owned the entire thing, apologized for it multiple times, and
for something
said, hey,
he did a decade before the article came out.
I learned from it. I'm here to grow, and I'm not the same person I was. Like, just as a gentleman, just owned it. And just
I mean, I know, but like,
I'm glad he's back.
Unnecessarily. Right? Like,
I agree.
I mean, I'm not going to apologize for some shit I said on Facebook a decade ago when nobody was offended by the shit I was saying on Facebook, and now they are. Like,
So
I'm not going to govern, and nor should James Gunn or anybody else, like, govern themselves based on the trends of what was socially acceptable a decade ago. It's ridiculous. Good on you, James Gunn.
bottom line, it's great to have him back. I'm excited to see this. He's got success with Suicide Squad coming up right now. We're going to talk about that later. And then Brightburn, I mean, looks really good. So James Gunn's got a lot of stuff going for him.
Yeah, you should almost not talk at all, actually.
Yeah, in fact just stand there. Just
look
give me
pretty.
thumbs up or thumbs down as we talk. Like,
yeah.
Pretty much. It's an audio podcast, so you can speak in sign language.
I'll add a modulator and I'll make myself sound like a robot.
Like right now. Don't you like the sound of my voice right now? I think it's pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Brian, what's the next topic? I heard Marvel's doing something cool on Disney Plus.
It's so ridiculous.
Yes, Auto-Tune CJ. Marvel is doing something pretty cool on Disney Plus. Really depends on what you define as cool. Marvel will be doing a What If series, reportedly, on Disney Plus. So this is the part of the show where CJ would ask me, Brian, what is What If? Why should I care about this? And my answer would be this. You shouldn't, CJ, but most people should. So the What If series, I'm sure Josh is familiar from his dabblings in comic books as well,
Yep.
is an entire series of comic books where you just get to have fun. It's just like, what if this happened? What if the spider didn't bite Peter Parker, but it bit Gwen Stacy? Like, random stories. There were one-shot issues and fun to read, and then you kind of like, it didn't have anything to do with what was actually happening in the real universe. I think this is actually a really cool idea, but I want to get your guys' opinion first before I go into my thinking about what this is going to be. So, Josh, what do you think about this?
So I got into What If, like, Volume 2, which was like the late 80s into the mid 90s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was ridiculous. It was postulated stories that some had merit and some were just outlandish, but cool. I don't know like how it works as a series. Here's what I will say. I think it does work as a series because you can have 10 episodes per season that are completely different. You need no continuity. All you have to have is the intellectual property, and if you have that, then you can postulate whatever you like. I just like how much of the mainstream characters are going to be available? Probably few. And then what ancillary secondary characters are they going to introduce, and how really will the general public receive those? Like this almost seems like it would work better in not on a Disney streaming thing, but like a DC universe type deal where it's more true believers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think some of the series that they're going to have on Disney Plus is for true believers. No Joe Schmo is watching the Scarlet Witch show. That's a true believer
okay, well,
show.
that's I mean, we are talking about Olsen, right?
We are talking about Olsen, but I mean, really, is she the draw for the Avengers movies? Because that's all she showed up in.
No, but I don't think she's the draw, but I think she's enough of a draw that does get Joe Schmo to watch. Like, it's not like a Hawkeye show, even though Jeremy Renner is a huge draw. Like, nobody fucking knows who Hawkeye is. Really?
No, well, I mean, nobody knows who any of these people are until these movies come out.
But Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are more of a draw than Hawkeye.
I'm going to disagree with you there, just because Hawkeye was way more established before we introduced either of them. I think maybe now you can say Scarlet Witch has more draw. Quicksilver did not last long.
No, he died obviously, but like I think when you combine the Anton Yelchin, right? Was that the
No,
Aaron Jones, whatever. What's his name?
Aaron Johnson Taylor.
Aaron Johnson Taylor. When you combine that with the X-Men Quicksilver, I think there's much more of a draw.
Okay. CJ, what are your thoughts on doing a What If series here?
I mean, right now the conversation is the fact that it's going to be animated, right? And the fact that
it has to be animated.
It is going to be animated. And a few of the
well, it has to be. It couldn't be live action.
I know. Well, I mean, but whatever. The fact that it's animated and they're going to get some of these big stars to do the voices of their characters, I think that's a big draw. So if I hear Chris Hemsworth as Thor, I'll buy into that more than just some rando doing it. If I hear the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be...
Do you really think it's going to be the big characters?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They've talked about the fact that they want them involved in this project.
And here's the thing. I mean, it's a lot easier to do it animated because that requires Chris Hemsworth in a studio booth for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
2 or 3 sessions, and then he's done.
Listen, call me crazy, but doesn't this seem like the perfect way to bring Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and the Punisher back? Like, to start?
I'm still convinced that's going to be something that goes to Hulu. I came around to that line of thinking.
Oh, geez. Who said that to you? Who convinced you of that? That's odd. I will say this. I think it's a very interesting concept. I think it's smart to do it animated, but I'm also seeing this as like the Black Mirror for Marvel Universe. Short.
Well, yeah.
Cool,
yeah.
like
1 episode storylines. Yes.
one episode storylines, very Twilight Zone. Like, what if this happened? You can have some very serious, some very like dark storylines, or you can have some real zany, stupid, fun storylines. You know?
I think you're gonna get the zany stupid. It's Disney Plus, which means it has to be on the Disney brand, so it's gonna be nice and stuff.
Speaking of dark storylines, I was just watching on DC Universe, since we're in Cape Talk anyway. Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox, where you have a Thomas Wayne Batman, and holy hell, that's way darker than a Bruce Wayne Batman.
I told you that it was a great story.
Oh my God. Like
awesome
I've been,
take.
I mean, it's heavy. I recommend anybody on DC Universe watch this. So this is not something that was available a couple months ago. It's a recent addition. Justice League, the Flashpoint Paradox. I recommend everybody who's a fan of Batman, of the DC stories, that you watch that. And then also on iTunes this week for $15, you can get the trio of Batman Bad Blood, Son of Batman, and Batman versus Robin, all 3 animated movies for $15. Again, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you do that because all 3 are amazing features.
Speaking of DC Universe, did you hear they're going to let you try the exclusive shows for free?
Well, they should, because I'm one of the, like I'm a charter subscriber for an 18-month thing, right?
True. I mean, I'm signed up for the year, but I'm sure this is some sort of ploy to try and bring more people in. CJ, can you kind of illuminate me on this?
They're gonna give the first episodes of Titans, of Doom Patrol, and one of their other series for free for non-subscribers. It's for a limited time on there, so it's not going to stay around forever. But it's just a way to give people an opportunity to get into the service.
Doom Patrol, I watched the first 2 episodes. Is really good. It's a really good show. I haven't completed it because there's 80 other things I'm watching. But like
I think it's only about 4 episodes in anyway.
Yeah, I'm watching this slowly. Like I'm watching Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Also very slowly, but another solid Cape Talk worthy show. People should watch that show. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So it is
a pretty fantastic
Titans,
show.
Doom Patrol, Young Justice Outsiders. The first episode's for free till March 29th.
That's something that you should absolutely take advantage of and find out if you're into it.
Yeah, if you're not subscribing, get in there and watch it, because this is a really it broke down to like essentially $5 a month for all of this content. And even if you're not watching the new stuff, the library of things that they share, I like, and it's ever changing, and there's new stuff on there. It's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, since we've signed up, I think they've changed the content 2 or 3 times already.
2 or 3 times, yeah, and not like we put 2 things on and took 3 things off. It was like we took 10 things away and added 50 things. And it's a totally different catalog than was available when it first launched. This is a really, really, it's an innovative service in a way that no other streaming service is refreshing their content. This is actually really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're still in the DC world, we can go back and talk more about James Gunn and his sequel to Suicide Squad, which has a couple different things going on. It's going to focus heavily on Deadshot, but not Will Smith.
That's fine. It should focus on Deadshot. Deadshot is the most interesting character, not named Harley Quinn, on that.
So, but what do you think about them recasting Will Smith and possibly casting Idris Elba in the role?
Casting rumors are just rumors until they're true. So I'm not going to comment on the fact of who they're considering, because who the fuck actually knows. But the fact that they're recasting it, here's the thing. I want them to acknowledge it, but not make a big freaking deal about it. The way that they did it in Iron Man 2 is way better than... Really
I'm here. Yeah, it's me. I'm here.
Yeah, like, just don't make it a big deal. But they said they're going to heavily focus around this recast.
Why are they going older? Like, Deadshot doesn't need to be older.
I don't know. I mean, I think Idris Elba could still pull off younger. I mean, I
he
think him
can't
and Will
pull
Smith are
off
about the
not
same
10
age.
years older than Will Smith. Like,
Is he 10 years older than Will Smith?
probably
Can we get
not
a
10 years, but like he looks 10 years older than Will Smith.
little movie magic, little makeup, he'll look fine. Here's what I think. I think about his character. What was his character's name? Rourke in Losers, and I think he'd be perfect to kind of fill the role of Deadshot. If for some reason Will Smith can't come back due to the scheduling issues, who knows what's going on with that? I don't know.
That means that Disney said, "Hey, you can't be involved with Warner Brothers right now. You're the face of our franchise."
Idris Elba is 4 years younger than Will Smith.
Elba's 4 years younger, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And somehow, in my mind, he's been like 45 years old for the last 20 years.
Right?
Here's my thing with it. I'm okay if you recast him. Fine, whatever. I'm okay if you make a big deal about the fact that you've recast him in the movie. I don't think that's the right decision, but all right, I trust James Gunn. But if you change his backstory that we took a long time to establish in Suicide Squad, if you change that, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't think you can change it, and I do think Brian's point that the character of Rourke in Losers was absolutely a Deadshot-esque, type character. Less so than the Latino guy with the fucking cowboy hat, but I get it. I
think his code name was Cougar.
Yeah, Cougar. I'm not sure. Here's the thing. Why Idris Elba? And I understand why Idris Elba would sign on to do this, but doesn't he feel bigger than the role?
Yeah. There's
right?
talks about him being Bond, for Christ's sake.
That's what I'm saying.
If he's James Bond caliber, I hate to say this,
he is James Bond
too
caliber.
big for Deadshot.
Idris Elba is too big for Deadshot, and because of that, we've talked about a couple times. You put these big names in there. Actually, Brian's best example was the Mystique example.
Yes.
Far too big a name for that character, and because of that, you change the entire movie. I have a problem with Idris Elba in this role. This should go to the kid that played Chiron in Midnight, the teenage guy, he's in his 20s now. That's who should be dead. It should be a young actor. I don't care.
They've already cast an older actor in there. You can't really back.
No, I get it. I know, but in this case,
it should have been from the beginning, right?
Yes, it should have been a younger guy from the beginning. I understand the connection to his daughter, but you could have easily had a connection to a girlfriend or a father or a mother or something. You could have done anything. But that's not. The crazy thing is that's not even the character I want to see from DC right now. I want to see Deathstroke. That's what I want to see.
Here's the thing I'll say, and Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding of the Suicide Squad is that it really was a rotating cast of characters, and it wasn't the same people over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm fine if we're willing to expand that a little bit, but this seems like this would have been the perfect time to not have Deadshot in there.
To not have Deadshot. Put Deathstroke in there. He can take the Deadshot role really, really easily.
Mm-hmm.
And also command the team like Deadshot did in the last movie.
Yeah.
Because, Deathstroke isn't a crazy fucker. He's just a precise warrior.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think, CJ, to your point, we in comic book time, we have these same teams together for years sometimes, but it's always room to grow and change, and people fall out or people, get killed off and things like that. This was a good moment for them to say, all right, we focused on Deadshot last movie. Let's let him take a back seat. We'll bring back Harley Quinn so we can get people, who really liked her back in the theater, and let's try out somebody new. And I think Josh makes a great point. We teased Deathstroke at the end of Justice League.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not throw him in there? Because he's not being used anywhere else.
Is this another? And I'm not the guy that piles on DC. I'm on record not being that guy.
That's me. I just can't talk.
That's right. But doesn't this? And I'm CJ. I'm not taking up your mantle because you're infirmed. But it really begs the question for me: isn't this a giant fucking misstep for DC yet again.
I mean, I can't go that far until I see or hear. I mean, like, we don't know who it's
Just
going
the
to be.
premise. Like, don't you see the premise of focusing on Deadshot and not, I mean, really not shaking up anything.
Yeah, that I agree. Yeah, that's a problem.
So, Josh,
Yeah.
you sent me an article about a week or so ago. It ranked all 55 Marvel movies, including the newest movie, Captain Marvel. Wow, why don't you share with us some of your thoughts on these rankings?
Let me say this. This is not an article that I found. My lady wife found this and sent it to me. Like, I was in the other room. She goes, I just sent you a text. Don't look at it until you're sitting with me. And I said, okay. And I sat on the sofa and she goes, okay, open it up. And I'm like, oh, all 55 Marvel movies ranked, including Captain Marvel. Let's look through this. I'm scrolling through and I've got no problems, right? The 50 to 55, I've got no problems. I've got no problems in the 40s, really. I'm scrolling through. I swear to God, I got down to scrolling through 35, number 35, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yes.
And number 34 was X-Men Apocalypse, and my face must have contorted in such a way that caused my wife to react. And then scrolling further, you've got Age of Ultron at 33 and Avengers at 32.
Yeah.
But then I've got Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance
above
at 30.
both of them.
How
What?
on earth? How on earth? What psychopath put and here's where the whole fucking thing came off the rails for me. Because you've got Blade 2 and Big Hero 6 above Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain America the First Avenger. Huh? What? No. Like, no. Not bad. Bad reviewers.
I mean, I have all those issues. I'm looking at Ang Lee's Hulk, which in my opinion is just a hair above Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
That's right.
At 22.
Above the original Iron Man.
Above the original Iron Man and Avengers and both Guardians of the Galaxies and Captain. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy's
Ray
life?
Winstone's Punisher at 20, followed by Venom at 19.
Yeah.
These are somehow better than Iron Man. Who the fuck do you think you are?
And Josh, I know you had no problem with Ant-Man and Ant-Man the Wasp being at 12 and 11.
They're
almost top 10 material.
You should have seen my face. The fact that they're both rated higher than Spider-Man Homecoming is a travesty.
When I saw that the Ghost Rider movie in that rank, I was like, I'm not even going to scroll through the rest of this because I will probably hurt somebody.
But I think CJ, we need to pay special attention, really, to the top 10, which begins with Doctor Strange. No,
which is good, but not top 10.
Right. Spider-Man 2.
Which deserves to be higher than number 9.
I disagree.
Oh, but it is absolutely better than Iron Man
3. And Spider-Man 2 is not top 10 material.
No way.
I agree with Thor Ragnarok in top 10. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Civil War, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther, probably not number 4, but top 10, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Into the Spider-Verse is close to top 10.
I definitely put that in top 10.
It's close. I don't think it's there. What the fuck, Logan?
Nah, this isn't top 10.
You don't agree with Logan being in top 10?
Why is Logan number 2?
It's like top 15.
It's maybe top 20.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
But Winter Soldier is by nobody's standard the number 1 Marvel movie made. I mean, who? This is like the guy that makes the video of the imperfect things. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's this.
There was another. See, I'm convinced your job in life is to find lists that anger me. Because I'm recalling another list you sent me maybe about a year ago now that angered the shit out of me. And I don't know who Phil Owen is, but you're on my list now, sir. Along with that other moron from last year.
Is he the author?
He's the guy who wrote it.
Sure
yeah.
is. Phil
wrote
Owen.
the article for the Wrap.
Yeah. You should probably fucking get your head out of your ass. Give your balls a tug.
I would really love to know who the editor of the Wrap is, who, when Phil sent this list in, didn't go, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is the most outrageous thing on here, though? Really?
Spider-Man 1 being that low and Spider-Man 3 being that high. The fact that Spider-Man 3 is that high is fucking ridiculous.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. My thing is Ant-Man and the Wasp being in the top 20. Like,
surprise.
Just both of those. And also, I don't need Deadpool in the top 20 either.
I'll even give you that.
I've got issues there. Like and why Venom shouldn't even make the list. Like, come on.
I agree. Venom should most certainly be lower. I mean, I couldn't get over how high Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance was.
The top 30. I have issues with the whole top 30. I really do.
I truly do too.
The order and some of the shit in there.
I do have some issues with the bottom 25 here, and most notably, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four should absolutely be last. I will watch Rise of the Silver Surfer 5 times before I watch that movie again.
I agree.
I think The Punisher with Tom Jane is better than Spider-Man 3. I'm not a fan of X-Men, the first X-Men being so low on this list. It's number 42. It's better than Incredible Hulk. It's better than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Here's what I really need. Listener, I need you to pull over. You're in the car. I need you to pull over. I need you to look at this list.
Weigh in.
Just I need you to look at this list. Pull over safely. Look at the list. And I just need you to get us on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram on just how off this list is and what angers you the most. What movie do you look at that just angers you the most?
Yeah, this list is
this list show. Angered me so much I forgot to moderate. I was just lost in this article.
Now that you're done and you've tweeted at us, go ahead. You can now get back on the road. If you're walking around the neighborhood, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, stop somewhere safe, tie your shoe,
sit on a park bench, perhaps.
There you go.
I would be remiss, though, if we did not speak about Marvel movie number 56, Avengers Endgame, dropping their trailer this week.
Dude.
A real,
holy
another trailer.
Shit. Like, I don't know if they just reserve all of the juice for Avengers trailers. Like, I mean, the Captain Marvel trailers were not good, and the movie was very good. These Avengers trailers shouldn't make me feel the way they make me feel.
Oh, yeah.
How did it make you feel,
like,
Josh?
I mean, the goddamn trailer is a 90-second roller coaster. How, like, highs and lows in a trailer, absolutely insane. I cannot wait. The thing is, every character just saying whatever it takes.
Yeah,
whatever it takes, and you're just like, actually, guys, every time you say it, I get a little bit harder in my pants. So. I guess say it more or don't. I don't know. I'm not even. I'm unconvinced what I should be doing or how I should be feeling right now. But I like the butterflies that I'm having.
I was stoked when I saw the suits because they've been rumored for such a long time. We still don't know
the new Avengers suits.
Yeah, we still don't know what they serve, and I don't let me know. I just want to see the movie, please. I was, however, just a little bummed that I saw Nebula and Stark down on Earth with everybody else. I don't know what I thought their journey would be, but the fact that I saw them on Earth was like,
you don't even know if that's a dream sequence or not. You don't know what it is.
I mean, I know. I mean,
you got to remember that Thanos still has a reality gem. He can change basically anything.
Right. I did like seeing Scott getting out of the, he's back in the world and he's completely freaking confused as to what's going on. It was great. And then I loved the Captain Marvel bit with Thor. Yep.
Yeah, I like this one.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. Yep. All right. Fan-fucking-tastic. And I just looked to Jenny after the trailer was done, And she just was like, "Can I just watch this now? We can just watch this now, right? This is out now."
I've
5 weeks.
I've watched Captain Marvel twice since it was released. It's a really, really, really good movie. Everybody should watch Captain Marvel. This movie is something like I may watch it and like leave the theater, go to the bathroom, maybe get lunch, and then go back and watch it again. Is how I feel this movie's going to be.
I agree. I will say the scene that got me like super pumped, outside of some of the stuff that you guys already mentioned, that scene of Rocket cocking the gun, hanging on to War Machine, I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see this raccoon F some shit up. This is going to be awesome. He is going to go off the deep end because he doesn't have Groot with him, and I can't wait to see it.
He's unhinged as it is.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all know that movie comes out April 26th. Like I said, it's 5 weeks away, so we do not have much time to wait. But now that we're all done talking about capes and talk and cape talking, I don't know how CJ intros this next segment, so I'm just going to say we're going to move on to screen to stream.
He does a whole thing and then he goes screen to stream.
Yes.
I hate you all.
So we were just talking about Avengers and Captain Marvel and how much we enjoyed those things. And my very long segue here is going to be Sam Jackson's and all of that stuff, right?
Oh gosh, is this the thread that connects these two topics?
That is the thread that connects these two topics because Sam Jackson is also in The Hitman's Bodyguard. Am I correct in saying that? And we all enjoyed The Hitman's Bodyguard.
I
correct?
love that is one of my most frequent airplane movies. I have watched The Hitman's Bodyguard probably 5-6 times in the past 3 months.
I may be infirmed, but I need to stand my ground. No, we did not all enjoy Hitman's Bodyguard. Okay. I thought it was a pile of garbage.
All right,
it was not a pile of garbage. It was thoroughly entertaining.
Of garbage.
It was so much fun.
Pile of if it
Selma
was
Hayek alone was so much fun.
If it was a pile of leaves, right? That's a thing that children love to play in, right? You just jump into a pile of leaves. There's ticks inside of this huge pile of leaves. So you have fun, but then you wake up and like, oh my God, I have Lyme disease.
Now you have to burn your children's hair.
Right. It's over. You're
CJ,
not.
What if I told you that Morgan Freeman, Rupert E. Grant, Antonio Banderas will also be in the Hitman's Bodyguard sequel?
Well, Rupert E. Grant is not a person at all. I believe it's Richard E. Grant.
Richard E. Grant. Wow.
So Rupert, I don't know who that is. I think it'd be great.
That's
Is that
Rupert Grint, and that's Weasley.
Is Ulysses S. Grant going to be in?
Possibly. And I'm going to find a man named Rupert E. Grant. I'm going to put him in this movie.
We got Richard Grant, Antonio Banderas,
and Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman joining Ryan Reynolds, Sam Jackson, Salma Hayek. Give me this movie all day long. Richard Grant was the snowman guy on Doctor Who.
No, thank you. I will be sitting this one out.
I can't. You cannot hard pass on this movie.
I am not hard passing. I have learned my lesson hard passing.
More importantly, I know what's going on the Patreon poll for that month.
So what you're saying is you're going to see it either fucking way, and we're going to make sure that our subscribers vote this movie.
When this is in one of those things, I will. Oh, no one can watch the kids, and I guess I'll have to wait till it's on Netflix. Oh, what a shame! I'm gonna get to the movie theater that month.
Bro, Brian and I both know where you work. I can just fucking black bag you and fucking drag you
when
out.
When does this I guess movie come out?
I don't know. I don't think we have a date for it yet.
It's called The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Yeah, just let's not even try on the title.
It's 2020.
The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
It's called The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It's going to be about Salma Hayek.
Yeah, that's got good writing written all over it. So
good. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing because Morgan Freeman's in it.
Can I, in advance, get my money back? I already want my money back, please.
That's so... I mean, Brian, wasn't it fun?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I wasn't singing to the rafters about it, but it was decent.
Movie. It's
stupid, unnecessary fart jokes. They had that stupid girl. No, I'm not rehashing this.
This movie was dumb. And it's funny.
CJ, do you not enjoy the song "Hey There, Delilah" by the Plain White T's?
Okay, I like the song.
The Plain White T's.
I like "Hey There, Delilah." I also
What are we talking about?
I also love the fact that it's based on a lie, but whatever.
Hey There, Delilah, Josh, to answer your question, is being turned into a TV series.
Why?
And I don't know if we talked about this either, but John Mayer, whom I love, has a one of his songs also being turned into a TV show. Now listen, I love John Mayer. Like, I have seen him in concert.
Nobody cares about John Mayer.
I've seen him in concert every time he's been in PA since 2003.
It's a little odd.
This idea
weird.
is fucking stupid. And I love John Mayer.
Actually.
It's dumb.
No, I know. It's well documented.
Just because I sent him those weird dolls with no eyelashes doesn't mean it's weird. It's just a healthy way to express yourself.
I don't understand why Hey There, Delilah needs to be a series.
All right,
it seems like a pretty open and shut case to me based on the lyrics of the song.
Sound like a 13-year-old kid having puberty issues. Here's the deal. There is a story to that song. And it's a long-spanning story.
There's a story to every song.
I know, but this one literally is just like a beat-by-beat like relationship all the way through. It does lend itself to stretching that out and telling the story, but I don't know how
You're
you
seriously advocating.
No,
for
I
the
just don't know how you get past like 5 episodes. Like, how do you get past that?
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at.
You can do like a little.
Not,
hey, wouldn't it be cute if we made like a mini episode, a web series? Sure. But like an actual full-fledged TV series, I don't know what these people are smoking. And again, this John Mayer song, I have no idea how the hell you make it a fucking TV show.
Well, I don't know where John Mayer came in. I would much rather watch something about the Plain White Tees than I would about John Mayer. But
do you hope that the main character wears a plain white tee?
Oh, wow. That's a bit on the nose.
That would be so meta. going back to how
it's
CJ
a
loves
bit
things
on
that are
the
up its own
nose,
ass.
isn't it, boys?
So we don't have any release date, any idea. We don't even know who the network is. Someone bought the rights to do it. Fun fact, that album got released in 2007, so it's over a decade since that song was relevant.
And also, even when that song was relevant, it wasn't all that relevant. So, grain of salt, I guess.
I guess this means that even one-hit wonders can have continued success. Well, while CJ slowly, dies in his sickness, he enjoys going around the internet and finding the weird and the obscure, and then asking Josh and myself for our tech perspective. Now, I cannot interrupt myself, so we're just going to head right into this. That's a valiant effort, Josh.
Tech perspective.
You have to do the whisper.
CJ, I have no idea what this headline means. I'm just going to read it and you're going to explain it to me. It says consumer EMF products may produce cancer risks according to scientists. Now, I know the words cancer. I know scientists.
EMF had that song Unbelievable.
They
in the
did.
90s.
So are you saying that me listening to EMF may cause cancer risks?
Right. Should I not listen to EMF anymore?
Unbelievable.
Explain. Please explain.
Oh!
Mm-hmm. All right. So time is a flat surface, is it not? Everything is just cyclical. All right. Everything just repeats itself.
Yeah. Over and over and over. Round we go.
So of course there's a study, but not really. I'll get to that in a minute. That says that Bluetooth devices, right? Small, tiny radios.
Things that we put in our ears.
Things that we put in our ears and by our heads give us cancer. And there's a great article underneath it that said, no, 200 scientists did not just come out and say that Bluetooth gives you cancer. This is the thing of when we got cell phones. And they're like, you're going to get a tumor.
Isn't it widely known that really nobody understands what causes cancer?
Right, yeah.
So why would we villainize headphones?
We're just doing this again. All right. We villainized cell phones. Then it was Bluetooth. And now it's just, okay, now everything else that you have that. Here's the deal. I'll say this. I love my AirPods.
Oh, love my AirPods.
They're fucking fantastic.
Fucking fantastic.
They have changed the way I listen to music very quickly.
Completely changed the way I listen to music.
I love how easy they are to use.
Yep.
And if they give me cancer,
they work
cool.
if I put both in,
Yeah.
or if I take one out, or if I take the other out. And I switch back and forth, and I can charge them while I listen to the other one. And they're super awesome, and they're small, and they're lightweight, and I barely even feel them, and they're great. And I'd undergo some radiation.
Yeah, so I'm okay with. Hey, listen, while I'm getting my treatment, I'll be listening to my AirPods.
Can I still use them while I get the radiation?
I believe you should.
I'm volunteering for it.
I think that's how this should happen.
I'm not making light of cancer or the
Right.
treatment.
Please, yes.
I am saying that my AirPods are worth it.
Again, listen, don't fall for this bullshit. Do some secondary research on this. It took me like 8 seconds to find another one that says, no, that someone misread this article. I mean, the website that we're quoting for the original story is hyperbeast.com. Like
Hype Beast.
Hype Beast. My bad. Hype Beast. I think I'll look for a more reputable source. It's okay to use Bluetooth devices. AirPods are not
And
giving
more
you cancer.
importantly, look, if you own an iPhone, you should own AirPods.
I
I'm
resisted
not
for a long
kidding.
time. You really should.
It's just, I understand there's an expense, but think about like, you're not buying a decent pair of headphones for less than $150 anyway. And for most of us, our considerations are only Bose or Beats, right? And those are going to cost you $300. This is half that. The sound quality is very solid, but their usefulness as communication tools are way more relevant than the Bose or the Beats or whatever else you have. I'm telling you, get on the bus. You're going to love these.
All right. So on that note, I would like to say thank you, kind listener, for listening to this week's podcast. We apologize if it's a little shorter, because probably will be after editing. So if your walk around the neighborhood is, cut a little short, I need you to speed up, get to your door. We want you to be safe.
Oh, more importantly, Brian, just join our Patreon and get additional content.
Absolutely. We are actually about to record another episode. We're going to do another retro review for our Patreon listeners. So go over to patreon.thatkindofnerd.com. Take a look and see what tier you'd like to be involved in. And you might be able to get some more exclusive content. But until then, thank you for making us your walk around the neighborhood or your drive to work. When you get home, please go ahead and hit the share button and share this with your friends and family. Because as CJ says, sharing is the ultimate internet currency, and we thank you for your donation. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Hi. You're so lame.
I know.
Well, welcome to the club, because you are that kind of nerd.
I don't hear a screaming kid. That's a plus sign.
Indeed.
I went and smoked 3.5 packs of cigarettes right before I got on this podcast.
Boo-hoo.
Fucking boo. He's like, do your goddamn job and shut your mouth.
Yep. That's how I am, pretty much.
Are we all lozenge people or lozenger?
Lozenge.
Lozenge.
Right?
Why
There's
the
no R
er?
on that word. Oh, look, I've heard people say lozenger.
Oh, no.
And
Lozenger.
and those people are psychopaths.
I agree.
I just wanted to make sure we were all lozenge people.
Yeah, we are.
Are you like a Ludens guy? You're just eating candy all day now?
Ludens.
No, I'm a Halls guy.
Halls, the honey lemon.
I get the variety
yeah.
pack, so
Get
it's
the
like
ones with
a
the little bit of,
The variety pack, so you can ignore 2/3 of what's in there and
So I
only
get like a
eat the honey
strawberry.
lemon ones.
get a strawberry right now. It's pretty good.
Yeah, until you get that like cool mint that just burns your
Nope,
entire mouth.
It does. It's napalm for your esophagus.
It's exactly what it is. Like, I would like it if it was like the like voice modulator you see in like those like hip hop videos, like "What do you think right now?" type of
You
thing.
want him
Like,
auto tuned?
Yeah,
Two
Auto-tune
chains
yourself.
over here. Good.
I'd love to hear you.
Good on
auto-tune.
you, Kanye. Do your thing.
CJ. Go ahead and say something real quick so you can auto tune it in post.
Hey, Game Talk is pretty awesome.
Oh, come on.
Yes, the whole podcast like that, please. Even your auto tune sounds like it's sick.
I know.
Even your auto tune
Your
sounds
auto
like it's
tune
just
needs
had too much.
to submerge its face into a humidifier for a while. Just
You know how
let's
you
get a
sound?
good schwitz. Let's get a good schwitz going, CJ.
Yeah.
Other songs of notoriety in 2007.
Okay.
Umbrella by Rihanna.
Yeah. That doesn't
Crank
help
that.
you pick up girls.
Crank
Okay.
that, Soldier Boy.
Also doesn't help you pick up girls. You're not
Timberland had Give It To Me, had Apologize.
You're not talking about picking
Maroon
up girls.
5 had songs. The Way I Are by Timberland. Stronger by Kanye West. Oh, No One by Alicia Keys. Like, dude, this song doesn't make... What I've Done by Linkin Park essentially owned the airwaves for 6 months. You're not convincing me that this song had any...
Josh,
relevance.
it was about picking up girls, and that song helped pick up girls.
God,
It's What You Do to Me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be like, come on.
Dude, the girls you met must have been so dumb.
You're ridiculous.
Good Lord. This whiny bullshit is not a panty dropper.
Mm.
It's whiny bullshit.
I don't know, man. Better than Dashboard, I'll say that.
Well, no, not better than Hands Down. Hands
No
Down's
way.
a panty dropper.
Again, I dropped them.
You're super wrong over there with your fucking plain white tees. Gross. Just what? Like, you might as well tell me, you enjoy, what's that band that's always whining? Death Cab? Nope. Gross.